my name is Tanisha Jaiswal and welcome back to my channel Audible NCRT. So today's tag is to complete gymnosperms as well as angiosperm in this video. So let's get started. Gymnosperms. The gymnosperms, gymnos means naked, sperma means seeds, are plants in which the ovules are not enclosed by any ovary wall and remain exposed both before and after fertilization. The seeds that develop post fertilization are not covered, that is, are naked. Gymnosperms include medium sized trees or tall trees and shrubs. One of the gymnosperms, the giant redwood tree Sequoia, is one of the tallest tree species. The roots are generally tap roots. Roots in some genera have fungal association in the form of mycorrhiza pinus, while in some others, cycas, small specialized roots called coleroid roots are associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. The stems are unbranched cycas or branched pinus cadres. The leaves may be simple or compound. In cycas, the pinnate leaves persist for a few years. The leaves in gymnosperms are well adapted to withstand extremes of temperature, humidity, and wind. In conifers, the needle-like leaves reduce the surface area. Their thick cuticle and sunken stomata also help reduce water loss. The gymnosperms are heterosporous. They produce haploid microspores and megaspores. The two kinds of spores are produced within sporangia that are borne on sporophylls, which are arranged spirally along an axis to form legs or compact strobili or cones. The strobili bearing microsporophylls and microsporangia are called microsporangiate or male strobili. The microspores develop into a male gametophytic generation, which is highly reduced and is confined only a limited number of cells. This reduced gametophyte is called a pollen grain. The development of pollen grains takes place within the microsporangia. The figure on the right hand side represents cycas. The cones bearing megasporophylls with ovules or megasporangia are called microsporangiate or female strobili. The male or female cones or strobili may be borne on the same tree pinus. However, in cycas, male cones and megasporophylls are borne on different trees. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cell of the nucellus. The nucellus is protected by envelopes and the composite structure is called an ovule. The ovules are borne on megasporophylls, which may be clustered to form the female cones. The megaspore mother cell divides meiotically to form 4 megaspores. One of the megaspores enclosed within the megasporangium develops into a multicellular female gametophyte that bears 2 or more archegonia or female sex organs. The multicellular female gametophyte is also retained within the megasporangium. The figure on the right hand side represents pinus. Unlike bryophytes and pteridophytes in gymnosperms, the male and female gametophytes do not have an independent free living existence. They remain within the sporangia, retained on the sporophytes. The pollen grain is released from the microsporangium. They are carried in air currents and come in contact with the opening of the ovule borne on megasporophylls. The pollen tube carrying the male gamete grows towards archegonia in the ovules and discharge their content near the mouth of the archegonia. Following fertilization, zygote develops into an embryo and the ovules into seeds. These seeds are not covered. The diagram number C represents ginkgo, showing draft shoot, long shoot and seeds. So yeah, gymnosperm is finished. Now let's move to angiosperms. Angiosperms, unlike the gymnosperms where the ovules are naked, in the angiosperms or flowering plants, the pollen grains and ovules are developed in specialized structures called flowers. In angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed in fruits. The angiosperms are an exceptionally large group of plants occurring in wide range of habitats. They range in size from the smallest wolfia to tall trees of eucalyptus over 100 meters. They provide us with food, fodder, fuel, medicines, and several other commercially important products. They are divided into two classes, the dicots and the monocots. The dicots are characterized by seeds having two cotyledons, reticulate venations in leaves, and tetramerous or pentamerous flowers, that is, having 4 or 5 members in each floral whorls. The monocotyledons, on the other hand, are characterized by single cotyledonous seeds, parallel velation in leaves, and trimerous flowers having 3 members in each flower whorls. The male sex organs in a flower is the stamen. Each stamen consists of a slender filament with an anther at the tip. Within the anthers, the pollen mother cell divide by meiosis to produce microspores which matures into pollen grains. The female sex organ in flower is the pistil. Pistil consists of a solen ovary at its base, a long slender style, and a stigma. Inside the ovary, ovules are present. Generally, each ovule has a megaspore mother cell that undergoes meiosis to form 4 haploid megaspores. 3 of them degenerate and 1 divide to form the embryo sac. Each embryo sac has a 3-celled egg apparatus, 1 egg cell and 2 synergids, 3 antipodal cells and 2 polar nuclei. The first figure represents dicot plant and the second figure represents a monocot plant. The polar nuclei eventually fuse to form a diploid secondary nucleus. Pollen grain, after dispersal from the anthers, are carried by wind or various other agencies to the stigma of a pistil. This is termed as pollination. The pollen grains germinate on the stigma and the resulting pollen tubes grow through the tissue of stigma and style and reach the ovule. The pollen tubes enter the embryo sac where 2 male gametes are discharged. One of the male gametes fuses with the egg cell syngamete to form a zygote. The other male gamete fuses with the diploid secondary nucleus to produce the triploid primary endosperm nucleus PEN. Because of the occurrence of 2 fusions, that is syngamy and triple fusion, this event is termed as double fertilization, an event unique to angiosperms. The zygote develops into an embryo with 1 or 2 cotyledons and the primary endosperm nucleus PEN develops into endosperm, which provides nourishment to the developing embryo. The synergids and antipodals degenerate after fertilization. During these events, the ovules develop into seeds and the ovaries develop into fruit. The life cycle of angiosperm is shown in the figure. So yeah, this figure represents life cycle of an angiosperm showing sporophytic 2 end generation and gametophytic end generation. So the next video will be the last video of this chapter. in which I'll read plant life cycle and alternation of generation along with a summary. Thanks a lot guys for listening so carefully. All the best.